Hello and welcome back to another episode of Clark and Addison Born into the Ivy. We're your hosts, David and Eli again. We're here to talk about Seiya Suzuki to start the day off. What do you think about Seiya this season, Eli?
I think hopefully he's more consistent this year with the new ABS system. I know you have an interesting stat to share. You should
You
go
want me to
ahead
throw
and
it
say
out?
it, and then I'll,
Yeah?
I'll finish it.
All right. So this is for Carson Wolf at the Wrigley Wire. I'm telling you all, if you're not following this guy on X, you need to. Actually, on this one, Carson shared something that Nate Roper put out there. MLB hitters with the most balls called strikes from 2023 to 2025. Seiya Suzuki is number one. And Carson put, Seiya Suzuki will have more opportunities to use ABS than just about anybody in baseball. I knew he had a lot of calls go against him, but I did not know it was this bad. I knew it was pretty bad, but I didn't know he was number one either.
Mm-hmm.
And it does seem like it happens like the most inopportune time. There's never a good time, but you know what I mean.
Now
What were
back
you
to
gonna
what
say?
I was saying.
Yeah.
I think his on base percentage will at least be a lot better this year due to the ABS system.
Well, and that had gone down last year versus the previous years. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't overly worried about that because the offensive numbers, the rest of them had gone up quite a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The slugging numbers and that stuff. I mean, the batting average went down, but the slugging was out of this world, and he had 103 RBIs, which is great. But do we think that or Seiya is capable of combining all that? I do.
I think so as well.
I think Seiya Suzuki has an incredible command of the strike zone. Sometimes he believes in that a little too much because there's times where you can see him getting pissed. It's like, dude, that was a strike, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Do you think it affects his concentration when it doesn't go his way?
Absolutely. His confidence just starts to plummet.
I don't think it's confidence. I think it's the mental toughness of understanding you got screwed and you just got to buckle down. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
I think he's incredibly confident, but he's not always the most mentally strong. And I find that curious because it's not like he's in his early to mid-20s. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You think he can put it all together this year?
I think so.
Do you think he will?
Yes.
If Seiya Suzuki can put it all together, he's a top 10 to 15 at worst MVP vote getter. Yeah? I think so.
You think so?
I'm not saying he's going to be. I'm saying if he can put all that together, the dude is more talented. I think he's a very underrated hitter. And if he can put all of it together, like where he's getting the slug, but also hitting for a better average and getting the on-base percentages higher.
If he stays
again.
consistent, then yes. I
Correct.
think so. If that's what you're saying.
If he can, I mean, there's always going to be peaks and valleys. Always.
Right.
For that's just baseball. It's hitting a baseball is one of the hardest things, if not the hardest thing in sports. Bar none. I think that if he can minimize the lulls and maximize the peaks, I'm not saying he can be as great as Juan Soto. But I do think he can be a top 10 to 15 at worst MVP vote getter. I think he is incredibly underrated in the talents that he has. He's one of the best at he's in the 95th percentile for barrel percentage for last year. He's in the 83rd percentile for XWO. His expected batting average went down tremendously. I think that can go up. His expected slugging was 87th percentile. That's insane. His launch angle sweet spot was in the 94th percentile. His chase percent was 93rd. These are the two that he needs to fix, in my opinion. He's going to strike out. That's part of it with the way he attacks the ball, right? His whip percentage was 54%, which really isn't terrible. I mean, it's not great, but it's not for what he does and the slugging and everything. I'll take that. But if he can make that 65, just bring it up around 10%, I think that would be huge. And his squared up last year was in the 56th percentile. I think that is where he can make a tremendous jump. Because he's got all the rest. Like, I'm shocked that his squared up percent was 56 when his chase was only 93. His launch angles, the sweet spot was 94, and the barrel was 95. So that means he's getting the barrel on the ball, but he's not timing it quite right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If he can get that timing part down, the sky's the limit.
Real dangerous. Yeah.
I mean, I think he jumps into superstardom. Am I expecting too much with that? I don't think I am. You disagree?
No, I can agree. Yeah, if he just gets that timing down, but
Yeah.
It's a lot harder than, I don't know.
I would even take just 25 to 28 homers instead of the 32 or more if he can get the rest of that together. You know what I mean?
Yep, just get his RBIs up, even though he had an insane amount of RBIs, but he's,
I think it would naturally come.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting in the middle of the lineup. The RBIs.
Mm-hmm.
If he could bring the batting average up 40 more points like it was in 23 and 24, the on-base percentage fixes itself with that. I don't know that he drew less walks than he did before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he can just get the squared up part and get that timing part in to combine with everything else, even 10 more percentage points, 15, that would be, I mean, this dude turns into an MVP type player. I don't think he gets the MVP, but he becomes that kind of player with that kind of impact. And maybe he's the most valuable player the hitter for the Cubs team this year, if he can do that. I still think that's going to be Michael Busch ultimately, but Seiya can challenge it.
Mm-hmm.
He can challenge it big time. You got anything else with him?
I don't think so.
Yesterday,
looking at some of his StatCast stuff.
Yesterday. The day before, Justin Steele went on Twitter. X, I'm sorry. I'm going to probably do that, make that mistake forever.
Yeah.
Justin Steele went on X and announced that he is no longer under doctor control. He has been completely cleared and is able to ramp up. It's time to go, boys and girls.
Isn't that
way
amazing?
Earlier than everybody thought he was going to. Right?
Yes, I think that's amazing.
I mean, if the Cubs wanted and needed him to, he could probably be ready by early to mid-April.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think in any way that happens or in any world. They don't need him to. He's had his issues injury-wise. It makes sense to take your time with this guy, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Slow down. Let it come. Get him to mid-May at the very earliest. I'd prefer late May. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then, still, once he starts pitching, take it slow. I think, leading up to when he makes the debut, he's going to throw batting practice. He's going to do simulated innings. And then he's going to probably have an extended rehab assignment in the minors. All of that. But once this guy gets going, I expect big things from him. We'll profile him more later. You know what I mean? But I'm excited about this. I'm really excited. On Saturday, I'm sorry.
There is another person that I do want to talk about.
Oh, okay.
And that's Ethan Conrad. I noticed that he hasn't been in spring training. Apparently, he hurt his shoulder.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because I was looking forward to seeing him this season.
I don't think he hurt his shoulder. Training. He didn't hurt it in spring training, did he?
Right. It was before. Yeah. It was before.
When he got drafted, he was hurt already.
Yep.
I think he's expected to play this year. I just don't know how much or when.
April is when he comes back.
Gotcha.
Predicted to come back.
Yeah. It'll be exciting to see him.
Yeah.
It's just high hopes for him.
Uh-huh. Just sucked that we weren't able to see him in spring training.
Agreed. Have you been able to see much of Cade Kepley?
No.
Or have you kept tabs much on him?
Mm-mm.
He's not doing bad. He's not doing like Jefferson Rojas good. But he's certainly not doing he's not had a bad spring by any means.
Wait, is that the center fielder? Hold on.
Yes.
What was his name?
Cade Kepley. He was a second-round pick last year.
Cade Kepley. He did not play today.
No, he didn't. He played yesterday, though.
I was thinking of Bateman.
Oh, okay. I like Brett Bateman. I think he's limited in the upside of what he can do versus the other guys. Conrad and Kepley. I even think Alcantara has a higher ceiling than Brett Bateman.
You think so?
Yes.
Let's see. What other games?
I've been wrong before, but
I'm trying to see what other games Brett Bateman has been playing in, because right now he has a 455 batting average.
Bateman's a solid player, and I believe he's a top 10 prospect for the Cubs. There's good expectations. I just don't think the ceiling is as high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I believe he'll be at AAA this year. That's still yet to be determined, but that's what I'm thinking will happen. Solid player, though, man. And definitely one to keep watching. On Saturday, the Cubs had a trio of starters who stacked on top of each other. Colin Ray, Ben Brown, and Javier Assad. All of them absolutely freaking amazing. Gave up a total of 3 hits among the 3. 1 for each one.
What? I think that was like 5 innings total, wasn't it?
Yes. No. 8 innings total. 3
was it?
Ray, 2 for Brown, and 3 for Assad.
Dang, I didn't know. I thought. Oh, that's right. Assad did have 3.
They were excellent. So, in Ben Brown's outing, and I want to talk specifically about him because that dude is one of the most polarizing players in the Cubs organization right now, I think. Would you agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
2 innings, 1 hit, 1 wild pitch, 3 strikeouts. His pitch usage. He used 4 pitches in this game.
Wow. Because what, didn't he just get 3?
Well,
Is that what we talked about last episode?
He had developed a third one last year. He had not thrown it yet this year. And that was the changeup. His knuckle curve was 41% of the time. His four-seamer was 37% of the time. His sinker was 19% of the time. And the changeup was 4%. He doesn't have to throw those last 2 a ton. He just has to make them viable and things that they can't exclude. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he threw all 4 of them for strikes consistently in the game.
Nice.
That's freaking awesome. This dude has some of the best stuff in the whole organization.
Yeah, the knuckle curve is absolutely disgusting.
That thing is filthy when it's on, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You can know that thing's coming and not hit it if he is like locked in.
Right.
Ask the Milwaukee Brewers from 2024. Like the Brewers have always had trouble with Brown for the most part. They're about the only team, which is ironic because they kick everybody else's butt sometimes. But, I mean, it's weird. But if Ben Brown can continue to develop this and pound that zone, he's not going to be in AAA very long. I expect that he starts in AAA. I've seen others saying that they think he's going to be in the bullpen. I just don't think that's going to happen. I think they want to keep their depth for as long as they possibly can.
Especially
you know
if
what I mean?
Tyone's not getting it. You know, you got it.
So Tyone is not on my notes, but we're going to talk about him now. That's a good transition, Eli.
Tyone's not getting it.
Man, he struggled again mightily today.
Mm-hmm.
His fastball velocity is down. The breaks horizontally and vertically. Again, this is all via Carson Wolf. This dude is amazing. I'm telling you. Carson Wolf, the Wrigley Wire, check him out. Eli, you too. Audience, check this guy out. He has some great stuff.
He's just, right now, I think he's having a lot of trouble locating his sweeper.
I think he's having trouble locating everything.
Well, the home run balls, I think, are his sweepers.
Yeah,
he's
today
been throwing those right down the pipe.
The previous 2 games, they were not.
Right down the pipe. You do not throw a breaking ball right down the pipe.
You don't throw anything down the pipe. Unless you're throwing 100 mile an hour.
Right.
And that's Ben Brown. That's going to get hit too.
Mm-hmm. As we saw last year.
Yeah. I kept chalking it up. It's spring. He's trying things out, and maybe he still is. But I'm starting to get worried.
Yeah, it sucks to think about, but I don't think.
I don't think that there's a world, no matter how bad if he continues to pitch badly, I don't think there's a world where he doesn't start out in the rotation. I just don't. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see him getting...
Even if Ben Brown or Javier Assad don't give up a run at all. I just don't see it happening. This is a question I've got. Colin Ray is likely going to start in the bullpen, barring an injury.
Mm-hmm.
If there's some kind of injury that happens, or Tyone is ineffective for a couple of starts, do you give Ray the chance first, or do you bring up one of those other 2? Or does it matter what they've been doing?
I mean, I think you have to give Colin Ray the torch on that one.
My only hesitation to that, I mean, I think he has earned that, so I don't disagree. But my only hesitation is, I think Colin is going to be able to handle going back and forth better than either of the other two. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Or you could keep him in the bullpen because he's really good in the bullpen. So, and then you can put Ben Brown up there, and then if Ben Brown's not doing so hot, you can put Colin Ray in, and then he can pitch for like 3 or 4 innings.
Then you put Assad in the bullpen, maybe?
Yeah.
At that point, because I don't, unless they're going to transition completely to Ben Brown being in the bullpen, I don't think that's a great idea unless you're ready to make that transition. At least for the year. You know what I mean? Assad has more time in the majors, and I think, I don't know how to say, I just think he's going to adjust to that better. You know what I mean?
As starting?
As a possible swing man.
Yeah.
Going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Colin's going to be better at it than a Javier Assad is, but I think that Assad would be better at it than Brown.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, most definitely.
Unless Brown was strictly just a long man.
Right.
But I don't think that would be the case with that. I think Ray can do like high leverage as well. Assad can. I just wouldn't trust it as much.
Mm-hmm.
I trust Colin Ray in any situation right now.
Yeah, Javier Assad makes me a little nervous. Just the barrel rate with him.
Agreed. He lives dangerously all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Lives dangerously all the time. They just announced for the WBC, Logan Webb is going to kick off the opener.
Oh, yeah? That's awesome.
Tarek Skubal is going to pitch against Britain.
That will be easy for him.
All right, back to the Cubs. Hunter Harvey. What are our expectations, if any, for Hunter Harvey this year?
I think he'll be pretty good. I don't want to get my hopes high, but I think he'll be pretty solid for us in the bullpen.
I do have my hopes high. I expect really good things out of this guy. Mm-hmm. If, and I say if, he can stay healthy, I think Hunter Harvey can be really, really good and an integral, and I mean absolute integral part of the rotation. And, God forbid, I hope that this, I'm not jinxing anything, Daniel Palencia struggles at all. I think Harvey is the next likely candidate to take over as a closer.
I don't think Palencia would mind that at all either.
I think Palencia is good with whatever. He really wants
he just wants to win.
Right. He wants the role. He wants to be the man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I like that. I love that actually. I think that's great that he wants it so bad. But I think Hunter Harvey will be a huge part of this team and bullpen. And again, as long as he can stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
God, I hope he can stay healthy. I'm not going to go out and say that I think he's going to be this year's Brad Keller, because that's unfair to expect for any one person. You know what I mean?
I think he'll be close to Andrew Kittredge.
I like that comparison. With a better velocity.
Oh, yeah.
Kittredge could get it up there quick.
Right. I think Harvey's...
it was more misleading. Like, you were like, whoa, he just threw that fast?
Well, he changed his wind-up and everything.
Kittredge?
So he started to lean back a lot more.
Yeah.
On his wind-up, and then that's how he got his velocity.
It looked so effortless.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, I think Harvey's still probably has a 3 miles an hour over him. I think I saw in Statcast his fastball was like 96.5 or something like that.
Harvey's a little more violent with his throw, but he's not nearly as tall either. I mean, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm excited for Hunter Harvey. I think he will do well. He'll miss bats, but he'll do like trust the great defense that they have, and I think he'll have a nice blend of all that.
Mm-hmm.
His ground ball rate was 44.4, not as high as I would like to see with him, but when you can get to generate that swing and miss, you don't always have to have that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, gets a good chase rate at 31.5%. Whiff rate is 30.6. Strikeout rate at 28.2. His walk rate is 2.6 last year. Again, the small sample size, but that's an amazing walk rate. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Cade Horton. What are your expectations for Cade Horton?
Oh man, I don't want to say Cy Young, but I think he'll be a candidate. I think he'll be a Cy Young candidate. My expectations are very high with Cade Horton.
My expectations for Cade are probably much lower than most people.
Yeah.
I don't think Cade has to be Cy Young, and I don't think he's going to be. I do, however, think he's going to be very good. At the end of the season, I think he'll be the third best pitcher in this rotation, behind Justin Steele and Edward Cabrera. That's my thoughts and my expectation.
Those are both very good pitchers.
Yes, they are.
Too.
I also think Shota will be right there with him.
I don't know.
Again, we'll talk about Shota more, but I think Shota's still going to give up homers. But Cade doesn't. And that's where I think his strength lies. Cade can generate swing and miss when he needs to. But where he excelled last year, in the second half especially, was getting weak contact. And if he can continue to do that and be economical, his innings are going to go up even more this year. And they're going to continue to grow and stack. But I think he's probably going to have a bit of a learning curve. I'm sure that many teams have studied, hey, how the hell did this guy do this to us like that in the second half? And they're going to adjust. And he's going to have to readjust again. He's already proven he can adjust because he wasn't what he was in the second half in the first half. So he made some adjustments, and you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they've got Tommy Hotovy, Tyler Zombro. I mean, this is a pitching clinic that the Cubs are putting together. No doubt in my mind he'll make adjustments, but I think the league is going to make adjustments, and he's probably not going to come out as strong as we all want him to be consistently. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just trying to temper just in case. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he's not going to be good. I don't know that he's going to be like Cy Young contention good. You know what I mean? Do we think he's going to pitch like Paul Skeens?
No.
So he's got to do that to be Cy Young contention good. You get what I'm saying?
Yes. Right. I forgot those two were.
Paul Skeens, that dude's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
If Zach Wheeler pitches the whole year, that dude's amazing. But do I think that he can be in the top 15 to 20 for vote gets? Yeah, I think he could. But I think those other two could too. I don't know if Steele's going to get that because Steele's not going to pitch the whole season. But he would have to be absolutely amazingly dominant to do that. Do you know who I think is going to win the Cy Young?
Who?
You should know. But we'll revisit that later. I'm not going to spoil that yet. Because we'll do an award thing, preseason awards later on. But Think about it. You'll think about who it is. Don't say it on
And
here
I
right
shouldn't
now.
say? Okay.
Who? What'd you?
I'm not going to say it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Podcast. If you listen on audio, like and subscribe. Leave some comments on there. If you're watching us on YouTube, sorry about my ugly face. At least you get Eli's beautiful face instead, as well. And that's a beautiful hat. I love that hat.
Thank you. Aubrey got it for me.
Just tell her I would like one.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Don't tell her that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us comments on YouTube. Subscribe. And don't forget to follow Carson
Leave
Wolf.
a comment.
The dude's amazing.
Leave a comment.
Huh?
Leave a comment.
Leave a comment. Yes. Leave some comments. We'd love that.
Make it interesting.
Thank you very much, everybody. Let's go Cubs. We'll see you Friday.
Go Cubbies.